So like I said, we're going to start with the beginner, right? The beginner product research method. And we're going to be doing 3 things right here. So we're going to be looking for P, D, and C. And by P, I mean proof of concept. By D, I mean demand. And then C, concepts, right? Content potential, right? Does this product have enough potential for us to at least film 2 to 3 videos on a daily basis, right? So with that being said, we're going to be mostly focusing on B right here. And this is going to be the burner method, okay? You guys love this. I know you guys love this if you watch this channel. But obviously, this is by far the most beginner-friendly product research method. And so this is literally where we're priming a Instagram or TikTok account to only show us dropshipping products by simply searching up hashtag Amazon made me buy it, hashtag products, and only engaging with that type of stuff to then eventually our For You page is only products, right? So let's go ahead and show you guys how to do this as a complete beginner, okay? It's gonna probably take 5 minutes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and prime your TikTok account to not show you this type of shit because this is definitely not a good product. And really what we're trying to do here, wow, that is so loud. Let's go ahead and just put down the volume. Cool, cool, cool. All right, no volume for now. But basically, we're just gonna be looking for products that are maybe worth our while. So let's go ahead and start scrolling right here. And again, we're gonna do a little bit of TikTok, a little bit of Instagram, and see what we can find today. So this seems to be like a Harry Potter mirror. Wait until it's dark. Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. Nope. 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 All right, that's crazy. All right, so this is interesting right here. So every fisherman needs this. Okay, so this seems to be like an advent calendar, I'm assuming. Yep, fish advent. And obviously, this is I mean, obviously not because you guys probably haven't been in the game for this long, but this was the actual winner last year. And so what we're looking for here, like I said, guys, are these 3 main things: P, D, C, proof of concept, demand, and content potential. So let's go ahead and check that, right? Proof of concept, 14,000 views. I'm assuming this video went decently viral. So yep, 400,000. So we have some proof of concept here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at demand. So let's go ahead and see the comments. Where to buy. So this is good. Where to buy. Where can I buy this? How much? In September. So people are shitting on it because like people are like, bro, it's not even close to Christmas. But how much is this? I had this last Christmas. I had this last year. It was very fun. Funny enough, I love fishing and my last name is Fisher. Did anyone ask? Probably not. I need this. Okay, so obviously we've seen some comments here that are showing a little bit of demand of people actually wanting this. And now let's go ahead and take a look at content potential here. And obviously when it comes to advent calendars, it's a little bit tricky because there's only so many concepts you can go ahead and run for something like this. So let's go ahead and maybe take a look at some old account that ran this maybe last year to see how he kind of was able to have some sort of longevity. So let's search up like fishing advent calendar and see if there's any content potential from somebody that maybe did it last year. So pocket rod. Let's go fishing. Let's make a day. Yeah, he was only doing the pocket rod. Maybe not this guy. Let's go ahead and take a look. So fishing advent, this guy right here, 31K followers. Okay, this should give us a good idea. So as you guys can see, these are all concepts that we can go ahead and replicate for this year. And obviously this guy has been able to find multiple concepts to run to get him a shit ton of views. And so all we have to do as beginners is go ahead and just copy this guy 1 for 1 in 2025 because all these videos are basically from last year. And so if you guys know anything about organic, is that typically an old concept can go viral. Again, right? You might just have to tweak a couple things. Obviously, I wouldn't go ahead and replicate this 1 for 1. Maybe come up with your own background, something a little bit different. Maybe change up the text just slightly. And then boom. So now we have all 3 things here, right? We have P, proof of concept. D, we have some demand. And some C, some actual video ideas and content potential. So again, I would go ahead and add this exact product into a document to go ahead and, you know, order this immediately as a complete beginner, right? So boom, that was pretty easy. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about your intermediate phase of your organic journey. And typically in this phase, you've done about 1 million views, maybe made about 1 million, not rev, but $1,000 rev, maybe a little bit more. And mainly what we're looking for in this phase is P, right? D, C, and then one more, M, right? So we're still looking for proof of concept. We're still looking for demand. We're still looking for content potential. And then lastly, we're looking for a new marketing angle. And so essentially what you're doing is everything that you did for beginner phase, but now we're trying to find a new marketing angle to go ahead and utilize, right? To make the majority of the money. Because a lot of people, when they come to me, they're like, Kevin, this product is saturated. I can't run it. There's been tons of people running it and I can't do it. And so mainly what's saturated is a marketing angle. Okay. And so if you can come up with a brand new marketing angle with an already proven and winning product, it's going to blow up, right? But that's only if the marketing angle is worthy enough, right? We have to make sure that the marketing angle makes sense. It doesn't make sense to run a, like, I don't know, like a basketball marketing angle with a Christian toy, right? It just simply doesn't make sense. So we have to make sure that the marketing angle makes sense. And we're going to be doing all this through the burner method again, right? Because again, this is the most backed method for a beginner and intermediate in the beginning. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop on the burner again. And we're just going to take a look if we can find an already winning product with a different marketing angle. So let's go ahead, do a quick little refresh here and see. So this seems to be like a, nah. Shopping addiction, nope. Let's take a look right here. So again, the whole ideology behind this is like, okay, can I find an old winning product, maybe a new one, and maybe just come up with a new marketing angle, right? This is going to be really hard to do with this product in particular because it's Christmas themed, right? The marketing angle is just Christmas. I don't even know what this says. Lego Star Wars new set dropped. Let's take a look at this. I've never seen this one. Okay. We've got Brick Saber here. Now, this is an interesting product. This is an interesting product. It's relatively new. And let's take a look. So obviously this person is running a Lego kind of lightsaber. He's going off of, you know, finding this product at the Lego store in public, right? So this is what we call the public concept. And so if we take a look, this video obviously did 36,000 views or 36,000 likes. And there is some sort of demand, right? We see people saying, take my money. Not Lego, not Lego. This is not Lego. $100, how much? So again, a lot of people are catching on to like, hey, this is actually not at Lego, which is going to increase the actual views of the overall video because people are just going to be commenting a little bit more. But I'm not seeing good engagement. So this is just too much. I'll maybe take a look at the account, maybe see if this guy maybe went viral another time. It's not Lego. Bro's not Lego. It doesn't say Lego. So yeah, a lot of people are just not necessarily demanding this product, but just really calling out like the bullshit, like, hey, this is not at Lego. So for that same reason, I'm not going to go ahead and maybe run this. Just go ahead and keep going.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker. And a while back, I was bitten by a radioactive spider and got superpowers.
Spider-Man blankets.
My powers to help the city and stop a lot of people.
Okay, so I know we have a new Spider-Man movie coming up. This is decent engagement. We got about 15,000 likes, and just by the looks of the comments, this is relatively good, right? People are saying, do you ship to the UK? I need them. These are dope. Can you do Black Clover? So they're already suggesting new variations. Are they made to order? Wow. Okay, so we're seeing some decent engagement. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the account a little bit more, see if he's gone viral a little bit more. Yep, right here. So
Ready?
Spidey fans, please don't hate. This is actually tough. Okay, how do I buy? How much? Okay, so this is obviously what we're looking for here. Okay, we see the engagement. Now let's go ahead and take a look at, you know, proof of concept, right? It's here. We have a whole bunch of views. The proof of concept is there. He already has a website, so ideally this guy's already making sales. So just from that, this guy's already making money. There's demand. Now, what are we looking for again? Sorry. See, concept potential, right? Obviously, this guy has a decent amount of concepts and content to make for this product, but it seems like he's been reusing a lot of these, which is why his page isn't getting a lot of views. There's only a couple of outliers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 you could consider. So it's a decent amount, but that actually leaves room for us to go ahead and maybe create a different marketing angle. And something I want to teach you guys in this video is that you don't necessarily have to go ahead and target a different niche if you don't have to. You can simply just change a concept, a storyline, right? And so obviously this guy's going more towards the route of like, you know, your Spider-Man blankets haven't reached the right audience. So he's putting himself in the position of, you know, creator, right? But mostly he's just kind of rinsing and repeating the same text hook. Spidey fans, please no hate. Spidey fans, please no hate. Like they're just everywhere, rinse and repeat. And so this guy's kind of running an old concept from print on demand that used to work, but really doesn't work now. And so what I would do, right, is, okay, I have a validated product. There's demand, very passionate niche, Spider-Man fans. There's a new movie coming up soon, so there's already hype around it. And so what I would essentially do is maybe create a brand new concept that hasn't been done with this product. And so me personally, what I've been seeing a lot in the organic dropshipping space, and you guys probably too, if you guys do organic, is a lot of these storytelling concepts. And so simply what I would do is something like this account, okay? And this is pretty much a blanket, just like the one we saw, but targeting Billie Eilish fans. So take a look.
Thank you very much.
You guys get the gist here. So essentially here is like we're still positioning ourselves as the owner of the blankets, right? That we make them. But now we're actually creating some sort of storyline behind it, right? We're talking about how, you know, a lot of these like Labubu's are getting millions and billions of likes, but I simply can't sell my Billy art, right? And this is going to be your target avatar. Obviously, for something like Spidey blankets, I would go ahead and probably choose a younger avatar, not necessarily an old guy. Same thing goes for Billie Eilish. He should have done a girl. I don't know why he did an old guy. What 80-year-old or 60-year-old, I'm sorry, I don't know how old this guy is listening to Billie Eilish? Probably not more. So if I were to even critique this guy, you know, obviously pick a person that actually fits with your demographic. But simply what I would do is go ahead and replicate this exact high converting concept, right? Putting yourself in the position of, you know, owner, but really just targeting Spider-Man fans. So literally what I would do is just keep the same hook. I would switch the avatar to maybe somebody younger, right? Maybe with like some Spider-Man background or maybe some cosplay type of person. I would still keep this part where I'm like creating the blanket here, still keeping the same concept storyline, and then finally showing off the Spider-Man blanket right at the end, right? And truly what we have here is an already proven and backed concept. And really all we're doing is like we're rinsing and repeating it with a different product, targeting a different demographic and a different niche. And so this is what you would call finding a different marketing angle. And the good thing about this is that we are kind of drifting away from this dropshipper kind of print on demand type of concept. And we're really putting ourselves in the shoes of a brand owner and truly just telling a story that's going to go ahead and convert a lot more. And so with that being said, that's exactly what I would do with this product right here. And this would definitely check out all my boxes. Okay. So last one here, we have the advanced one. This is the juicy one. This is the one everyone wants to know. What does Kevin do? And it's a lot different than both of these phases, because ideally by this point, you kind of have a good, you know, knowledge of organic, and you've done over 10 million views, $10,000 in revenue, and you're really just trying to make a lot of money with this, right? You're trying to make this your full-time thing and really just go past the $10,000 revenue mark, right? And so in this phase, we're going to be looking at a couple of different things, right? So we have P, we have B, we have U, and then we have B. Okay, so for P, we're still going to be looking at proof of concept, right? But a little bit different here, because mainly with this strategy, my strategy is we're not necessarily copying competitors, but we're finding a different variation of an already proven product, right? And so yes, this isn't direct proof of concept, but it's more like proof of like, okay, this niche, this type of product will do well, okay? Now, for B, what we're looking at here is a banger product, right? And so obviously, we're looking for a banger, right? And this is only going to be justified through the Q4 criteria that I made, and truly telling yourself, is this the right vehicle for me to make a substantial amount of money this Q4, right? Because most of the time, you really have to ask yourself that difficult question, right? Is a fidget spinner going to make me 30, maybe 50K a month? Probably not, okay? So it must be a banger. It must score the top score of 35, right? To even be in this category, right? Of like maybe running this in the advanced stage. After that, we're also going to be getting into untapped. It has to be untapped, right? Nobody has to be running this, right? At least a drop shipper, right? To really make the most amount of profit. Because again, my whole ideology behind my advanced process here is to find untapped products that have proof of concept somehow, that is an absolute banger, and then lastly, can be branded, right? Does this product have the capability of branding it somehow, right? Eventually, to really just play the long-term play and truly have the most amount of longevity, right? And so with this, we're going to be doing a couple of different things. That doesn't necessarily include the burner method. We're still going to be using the burner, right? But now we're going to be getting into some of the other websites that I like to do. And so now we're going to be doing AliExpress, right? Deep diving into these websites as well as Temu, okay? And the whole reason behind this is to find as many untapped products and then justifying them through our burner. Okay, and I've never talked about this, so let's get into it. So simply what I'm doing here is I'm going to be opening up a fresh new tab right here, and we're going to be hopping straight into AliExpress. If you guys don't know what AliExpress is, if you guys don't know, this is pretty much where you can find millions, maybe billions of Chinese products to go ahead and bring into your market. And so it's going to show you all kinds of products. It's not only going to show you like cool products, it's going to show you fucking, I don't know, some like weird like do-rags and fucking waist trainers and shit that really doesn't sell for us. So it's really about finding the needle in the haystack here. And this is going to be the hardest product research tool to master because you truly need an eye for products. And not only is it going to help you to have the product research template and rubric that I created by your side, what's really gonna help you is experience, right? And really just knowing the game for what it is. And like I said, this is the most advanced method to do, which is why you ideally wanna have some experience and definitely have made a couple $1,000s with organic. So really what we're doing here is we're just searching thousands of products and really just trying to think about, okay, can I bring this product into my market that is completely untapped and maybe find some proof of concept that something similar would do good, that already has demand and that can completely blow out of the water with the amount of content that I can make for it. So again, we're seeing a lot of random products here that really aren't speaking to me at the moment. But again, this is gonna take a lot of time, which is why it's the highest barrier to entry, because I've been scrolling for hours sometimes, right? Until I find something that's worthy. And like I said, a lot of people aren't willing to do this. And so if you're willing to grind and look through thousands of products, you're going to be separating yourself from a lot of different people that aren't willing to just get in the trenches and just scroll their asses off, right? And obviously, like you see, there's nothing that we're seeing. So what I'm going to do here is just do a quick little simple refresh and just see what the For You page shows me. Because again, this is honestly like a For You page, okay? Just not as cool. But again, it is kind of boring, but you're really just looking for something that's going to spark some interest. So what sparked some interest here in the beginning, and this is definitely not something I would run, is these little Pokemon orb things. And simply because it's something that maybe a dropshipper would sell. So what I'm going to do here is just add to my picks, just add it to your cart. And then automatically it's just going to start priming your AliExpress account to show you more products like this. I don't know why it's not letting me, but let's just do something that's maybe kind of drop ship. So like, yeah, these little fidget guns right here, I'm just going to simply add it to cart. So I can just go ahead and prime my my AliExpress to show me more products like this. And again, you guys can simply just go down to view more, even though it's not loading. Nice. And see if there's other variations of an already winning product, because now we're seeing a lot more, a little bit more volume here in terms of products that we can maybe utilize. So something that caught my attention, I'm not going to lie to you boys, is these rifles here. So if you guys don't know, these are like Lego rifles and super high barrier to entry kind of product, because it's going to take you a while to build these. These are pretty lengthy, like 1,366 pieces. And this is a proven winner. You would only know this from being in the game, but let me simply show you. And this is how we can start validating products, guys, right? So there was this big account called Brick Pals. I think Brick Guns or Brick Pals. I don't even know. Yeah, Brick Shot. Sorry. And I'm pretty sure they did about 6 figures in revenue. As you guys can see, these guys were going relatively viral. They had over 30,000 followers at one point, and they were really making some good content. And this is the type of product that you have a lot of content potential, because you can show it off by building it, You can do a lot of like these ASMR videos where like you're reloading them, also engagement baiting videos, as well as like unboxings and just overall really cool video styles, right? And this is already approved winner. It's done a couple $100,000, but it's not untapped, right? And so what simply I would do is, okay, this is definitely a good option, right? Maybe, you know, I could do something with this. I wouldn't necessarily consider running it at my stage because again, like it's already kind of been ran through. Yes, you can maybe find a different marketing angle. But at my level, this is the type of product that's like definitely a pain in the ass to build because it's literally almost 2,000 pieces. And I simply don't have enough time in my day to do this. There's other products out there that aren't going to take forever to build and forever to film for, that can still print me money. But with that being said, this is valuable intel, right? And so simply what I would do is go ahead and just go to view more, but I don't know why it's not letting me. And just maybe add this to my cart to go ahead and prime it, right? So again, you're asking yourself these questions, maybe looking at other accounts that were successful with it, but still nothing that's like, wow to me yet, okay? So let's keep going. Let's see if we can find something really cool here. So now we're seeing a lot of guns. We're seeing a lot of Legos. Again, other variations that we maybe never seen before. I've never seen this like Scar H or QBZ version. See, now we're maybe finding some other ones that shoot rubber bands instead of like Legos. So again, you can start to see how the algorithm kind of just primes naturally by just adding to cart. Okay, so this is actually, this is very interesting to me. So I don't know why we're on the genre of guns, but for some reason, this catches my eye. And if you guys don't know what this is, these are like mini keychains. But they're one-of-one replicas of real guns, right? And they're reloadable and they're pretty freaking cool, right? And what I've seen on my burner before, and I'll show you this in more like a scale here, but let's go ahead and just search up gun keychains. I think you guys are going to really find this interesting. So yeah, these are literally one-of-one replicas of real guns, but in keychain format. You could even like reload them, I'm pretty sure. Like they're like tactical as fuck. Like they even have like AKs and stuff like that. And as you guys can see, they make like different sizes. So they make like like very small sizes, but I think they also make bigger ones. And like I said, these are fully reloadable. And you can go ahead and like disarm them as well. And I know this is a very passionate niche of people that enjoy guns, especially Americans. They love collecting guns. And so with this intel, right? And I'm going to go ahead and show you the account that I saw not too long ago, because this is how you go ahead and utilize your burner, right? And damn, this is so much sauce. I can't believe I'm leaking this. But if you guys don't know, you can go ahead and do burner method on YouTube. And what I've done in the past is prime up a YouTube account to show me products. And I want to show you this one account in particular. All right, so let me go ahead and show you this account that I'm talking about. This is my YouTube. This isn't my burner YouTube. Don't worry about it. But we essentially need to go ahead and find this guy first. So what I searched up, what I would search up now is just one-of-one guns keychain, kind of like what we looked up on Ali, and see if, okay, yeah, we found it right here. So this is how you utilize your burner to actually find products. Wow, this is so sauce, bro. I can't believe I'm doing this. But basically, while I was utilizing my YouTube burner, I found this account. And this was back like a couple months ago. And again, this is why I'm telling you why experience is so important, because you remember shit, right? And this account has about 50,000 followers. I think he also has another account called NX Bottles. And what I did here, yeah, I found his accounts and I noticed that his shorts was getting a lot of views. And if you know anything about shorts, is that it's a very young audience. And so this was when I was like, this is what had me worrying. Like, okay, like, I don't know, like I heard shorts is ass, but I've also heard people make 7 figures off shorts. And so what I noticed about this account is that he started making videos back in like literally over a year ago, right? And if you guys look at the account now, he is still uploading till this day. Like this was uploaded on like literally 5 hours ago. And so why is this guy still uploading every single day, accumulating over 400,000 subscribers and still leading people to his website, right? And so this is when I was like, okay, let me kind of like deep dive into this guy, because most people would stop here. They'd see, oh, this guy is just a YouTuber. But I'm like, no, I don't think he is. So what I did was, first and foremost, I saw this piece of intel right here, some branding. And so if you know anything about branding and white labeling and all this advanced stuff, this takes a lot of capital money to even make this work. And so again, I'm asking myself this question: why did this guy even brand this in the first place? If he's just doing YouTube and just doing the YouTube method to get some revenue, why is he fucking branding it? And so this is what really sparked my curiosity. And you know, he has full on like models and literally branded.
Open it up. Comes with a transparent stick.
And still doing like 11 lab videos, which is like kind of crazy. And so I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and take a look at this guy's website, right? And again, we are seeing, you know, some sort of demand, right? These are really cool to practice for beginners. Like, again, this is very good for somebody that maybe isn't old enough to buy a gun and wants to kind of know the fundamentals behind what a gun even looks like, to even like collecting them. Like there's so many things that you can do with a product like this that I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And so I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and take a look at the website. I know I'm yapping, but I promise if you're still watching this video, this is how you make a lot of money. So I went to his website and I was like, okay, it's a fully branded website. These are very high ticket. And he's came out with multiple variations apart from the one that we saw on AliExpress, right? Guys, remember, we saw the keychain version on Ali, but this guy went out of his way to maybe source bigger variations. And so as you guys can see, we have different variations that are a lot fucking bigger. And so I'm like, okay, like this still doesn't prove my hypothesis that this guy's printing. And so I went on this, I remember this like vividly, bro. I went on this website and I went ahead and looked at the reviews. I went and looked at the packaging. Like this is all branded. And if we go to the review section, you could see that people are actually buying these, right? And apart from that, he's also branding the packaging. And so I'm like, okay, this guy's been running this for over a year now. He went the completely branded route. This is a very fire product. Like I would 100% buy this. Like if we were to grade it through the organic dropshipping rubric, there's definitely a wow factor. It definitely adds value. Like sure, it's not direct value, but it definitely entertains people when it comes to like literally breaking these down, reloading them, building these, collecting them. Like there's obviously intrinsic value behind them. There's market demand, right? People actually want these. I don't know if there's an emotional or passionate connection, but it is part of a passionate niche of people that enjoy firearms. It's very passionate here in the United States. If you know, you know. There's good content potential because this guy's been making content for over a year now. And also we can also extract ideas, right, from another person that maybe ran something different, like Brickshot, right? So maybe we can extract these very viral videos like Brickshot did and use them for our product, right? And so now we have all of these components. It qualifies on the Q4 organic product research rubric that I made, right? It's definitely giftable. It's definitely shareable. I mean, when do you ever see a mini fucking gun that you can go ahead and dissect and reload? Like that's very shareable, especially for gun lovers that are very passionate. And I was like, damn, bro, this guy is definitely printing money. And this is definitely the target demographic that he's looking at, right? These old kind of redneck, very like Trump support people that like fucking guns, you know? And so this is a very passionate audience. Like I said, if you live in the US, you would know this, but I didn't stop here. I didn't stop here. And so what I did now was like, okay, I'm like, maybe this goes further. Like maybe this guy got lucky. I don't know. So if I look up one of one gun models, like toy, what is going to pop up? And so I'm like, okay, goat guns. What is this? And this is another brand. This is another brand in the US that essentially extracted, I don't know whose idea. I don't know if he took it from NX or maybe NX took it from Goat Guns, but these guys are printing, right? And not only are they printing, is like they're completely branded. They're super high ticket, and they come in these like very, very branded packaging. So now I'm like, okay, like this guy is printing, NX is printing. Look at the amount of people that bought this, like the community. They're running paid ads. This is obviously a moneymaker. And so with this intel, and I'll explain why I didn't pull the trigger on this. The reason I didn't pull a trigger on this, to be honest, and that I'm literally exposing this on this video, is I couldn't find the right supplier for this. And I think now on my level, I think I could definitely source this. And I also was, for some reason, I was worried about running guns on the internet. And Now looking back at this at my level, I would probably try and run this due to the fact that this is like a multi 6-figure, maybe 7-figure company running this with over 25,000 5-star reviews. Okay, completely branded. And there's proof of concept that people are still making, videos for this, and that it's definitely a 10 out of 10 product, right? And so, wow, I just literally exposed like a fucking bangaroonie. And so this definitely tracks all of my product research criteria, as well as like, yes, we have proof of concept, right, from all these other brands. It's a banger, untapped in the sense of like I can go ahead and maybe tap into untapped marketing angles and maybe other variations with the right suppliers. So maybe introducing, I don't know, snipers or LMGs or bazookas, you know what I'm saying? That maybe NX models doesn't have, because as you guys can see, he's very limited on the models that he does have. If you guys take a look right here, he only has pistols and machine guns. Why doesn't he have snipers, right? Why doesn't he have snipers? So again, this leaves room for me to create a new variation and blow this out of the water. And then lastly, right, is this brandable? And of course it is, right? We see the brandability aspect through GOAT guns, the brandability aspect through NX models. And truly, I can come into the market right here and try and blow these guys out of the water, because this guy is still doing fucking AI voiceovers. And if you guys don't know anything, boys, AI voiceovers don't even fucking work no more. And so with this intel, I can go ahead and just ram into this market, make better content, make new variations, and genuinely blow this out of the water and potentially start a brand, right? And I mean, dude, like this is the type of thinking that you need to actually have in your arsenal once you're advanced to truly blow this shit out of the water. And so I know this was like a very long video, but this is literally the exact thought process I go through when I do product research. And again, we went through the beginner stages, the intermediate stages, and the advanced stages. And you guys can see how much more time it takes to find a banger product at the advanced level to take you to those crazy months, right? But it's only because of time in the game, right? I would have never known about these models if I never known about these brick guns, as well as like maybe seen MX models on my YouTube fucking burner. And I wouldn't have been able to like concoct this this plan really.